Welcome to Fairy Tale.
ちょっと汚れたスーツケースを持って何も知らずに空から降りた地図の向こうここに山上夢見た憧れの場所 Yeah 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 The Rock City Boy Yeah 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 The Rock City Boy
I am Natsu Dragneel.
I'm Grey Bulbuster.
I am Elfman.
I'm Julia. I'm Lisanna.
I'm Charle.
I'm Loki.
I'm Happy.
I'm Mira.
I'm Erza.
I'm Wendy.
We are Fairy Tale.
We don't live like we have already. Oh, god damn it.
My magic arc of time manipulates my wedgie.
I'm Naruto. Wait, shit.
Aha! I suddenly see the fail in this plan.
I'm always needing someone.
Well, I can do that for you.
Like a good neighbor, Moo Moo is there. And can I get a ham sandwich?
I want a sandwich.
I wanna believe it's staying on me, man. Recently, it's like this is me. Pretty please, I'm version of people with ecstasy with S and G's. Rhyme and rhyme, I'm sound like Rhino. Won't connect up with a blackjack bottom. When I stay home, you stay here. Now you stay to go, got nailed, eh?
So, hello, and welcome to episode 41 of the Fairy Tale Podcast! We got a couple of things we want to discuss with you real quick before we get on to the rest of the show. First and foremost, we want to talk about some of the cons that we're going to. OMG Con, Paducah, Kentucky, at the beginning of June. If you want to look up the specific times, we've got links on the Facebook page, and we're going to be posting those all throughout the next couple of months. We're also going to be at Anime Expo, and that will be around the end of June, beginning of July, and that will be taking place in California. OMG is in Paducah, Kentucky, in case I didn't say that before, which I probably didn't. And then finally, we're going to be rounding things off with at least the June set with Anime Southeast, and it's really, really cool. We're going to have a lot of panels for Anime Southeast. They've been really, really kind to us. And extra special side note, if you pre-register and show up at one of our panels with your pre-registration badge, you get a free copy of the outtakes from Fairy Tale and Konoha Corner. And that's actually about like $20 of material, depending on how big the CDs are. Who knows? But yeah, free stuff, and we'll be giving away free swag at all of our panels that we'll be doing, and that will be really, really cool. So yeah, look forward to that. Also, we made a change. There are not going to be any more anime recaps until such time as Funimation decides to pick up Season 2. We know that the Season 1 of Fairy Tail sold really, really, really well. And we're wanting to do the anime recaps in tandem with what Funimation is doing. So if you want to know what's going on past the episodes that are out in the US, I recommend going to check them out on Crunchyroll. So if you want to check them out on Crunchyroll, look them up, Crunchyroll Fairy Tale. You can find it. Good stuff. Also, last important little note, we are trying to push, because as you guys are all aware by now, Toonami is back. And so we are doing this whole campaign with Funimation's approval, mind you, that we are going to be pushing to get Fairy Tale on Toonami. So remember, guys, when you're on Twitter, tweet at Adult Swim and at Cartoon Network with hashtag Fairy Tale on Toonami. That's what we're doing. You can also come to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Fairy Tale Podcast, and scroll down till you find our little questionnaire and vote, or that Fairy Tale should or should not be on Toonami. All right, so yes, we want to hear your comments on what you think of the episodes that we've been putting out, the manga chapters that are being released. We're going to try and become a lot more active on Facebook, and I'm going to hand Facebook over to some people who actually do jump on Facebook and like to talk about stuff. So that's what's going on right there. And pretty much that's the big deal. And now we're going to move on to all of our segments, starting with Fairy Tale news.
On this segment of Con News, we have Anime North, which is May 25th through the 27th at the Toronto Congress Center in Toronto, and Monica Rial will be appearing. We have Hamacon, which is June 1st through the 3rd at the Von Braun Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Todd Habercorn will be appearing. Then we have Colossal Con, which is June 7th through the 10th at the Kalahari Resort and Convention Center in Sandusky, Ohio. Todd Habercorn will be appearing. Then there's Anime Blues Con, which is June 15th through the 17th at Hilton Memphis in Memphis, Tennessee, and Todd Habercorn will be appearing. And that wraps it up for Con News. Today on Charles Magical Education, I'm going to cover Toto Rabitt. Toto is a 15-year-old mage of fairy tale. Toto has high hopes for the future, and he's usually a quiet kid. The other guild members usually say, "That's our Toto," when they hear that he's done something strange. He likes history and bananas, and dislikes shrimp. Toto wears shorts all year round. He once had blonde hair, but then he suddenly cut it. His magic is light magic, and it is a caster-type magic which is utilized by Berard, Makarov, and Toto. This magic utilizes the element of light. Users of this magic can release light from their bodies, which can be manipulated as an attack to attack the enemies or a defense shield. And that wraps it up for Charles' Magical Education. Going to hand it over to Elfman for Cooking with Elfman.
Today on Cooking with Elfman, I'm going to teach you how to make avocado egg salad. Now, with most egg salads, it's going to be easy, so don't worry, it won't take you forever to make. Now, what you're going to need are 4 large hard-boiled eggs, chopped, 4 hard-boiled egg whites, chopped, discard the rest, 1 medium Haas avocado cut into half-inch pieces, 1 tablespoon of light mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of fat-free plain yogurt, half a tablespoon of finely chopped chives, 2 teaspoons of red wine vinegar, a half teaspoon of salt, pinched fresh ground pepper. Now combine the egg yolks with the avocado, the light mayo, the yogurt, the chives, the vinegar, and the salt and pepper. Mash with a fork. Then combine the egg whites and adjust the salt as needed. Now you can use this to make all sorts of things. You can eat it by itself, which is just fine, or you can eat it on like a sandwich. Or you can use it as an extra condiment on a sandwich if you want to go that route. It's quite tasty, trust me on that. And it's really, really healthy for you as well. And that is it for Cooking with Elfman. I'm going to pass it on to Lisanna for Readers' Gallery.
Another entry into Readus' Gallery. For this week's episode, I've got an image titled Erza Nightwalker by...
Oh, no chill.
Yeah, that. And then
Oi no choi.
Oi no choi?
Oi no choi.
Oi no choi. Oi no choi.
Choi!
It's really, really spectacular. I love the dynamic, pose and the perspective and the background. Oh my gosh, the background with all the mountains and pretties. It's just really, 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 really well done. And, there's just a lot that I like about it. I mean, look at the expression on her face, the way that she's posed, the surroundings, the way that the colors, the yellows kind of really contrast with her red hair to make her stand out. The depth, used to make, everything really stand out, have her really be there. Be part of it, but be standing out with it. The anatomy looks good. One of her arms looks a little weird, but maybe that's just foreshortening. The metal looks really great, and all around, I just think it's a really, really awesome picture. So I'm gonna go around the table and ask everybody's opinions. Elfman, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Okay. Juvia?
3/4 of the way up.
Charle?
Thumbs up.
Okay. Lucy?
Thumbs up.
Natsu?
Yeah, I'm going with thumbs up too.
Alright. Happy?
Up.
Loki?
Thumbs up.
And Wendy?
Thumbs up.
Awesome. So what is one thing you liked or disliked about this picture? Elfman?
All the swirliness in the air. Looks like she's gonna do a sonic boom or something. Pwah.
Sonic Rain Boom. I mean, Juvia?
I like the picture, I do, but to me she looks too much like Yoko from
It's the hair, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the hair and the bra and the whole thing looks like Yoko to me.
Let me see if I get this right. Was that statement earlier before about the Sonic Rainbow and then moving on to Juvia? Are you trying to say that Juvia is like the Rainbow Dash?
No.
Oh, it speaks to say.
That's awesome.
If anything, Juvia is definitely not Rainbow Dash. She'd be more like Fluttershy.
Oh, why do I always have to be the shy one?
Silently badass. You know?
Alright. Well, I guess. Charle?
I like the weapon. I have to agree, this looks more Street Fighter, though, instead of Fairy Tale.
Okay. Lucy?
I love the background. It's so pretty.
Okay. Natsu?
Yeah, I like the fact that this person just doesn't like clothes. Anyone who hates clothes that's a woman, I like you.
I hate clothes.
Atta girl.
Alright, Happy?
I like the giant, long,
Tata.
pointy thing in her hand. Hopefully she won't break it.
Alright. Okay. Loki?
Loki approves of this picture. Flying girl, big boobs.
Okay.
Perfect.
Happy seems to have experience with breaking poles.
Sure. Wendy?
I love her hair. So full and fluffy and
It's so
waving in the wind.
Okay, so, one word to describe this picture. Elfman.
Hyphenated girl, look at that body.
Alright, Juvia?
A workout.
Juvia.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry. A workout.
You know what? Natsu, go shove it.
Okay, I know just where to put it too.
Indeed.
Last time I heard Lucy was available.
What? Come again?
Wait. I get to do it twice? Awesome. Thank you, Lucy.
Juvia.
My word would have to be rage.
Okay, Charle?
Is Street Fighter hyphenated?
Can be if you say it is.
Okay, I say it is. Street Fighter hyphenated.
Alright.
And your answer is no, Street Fighter is not hyphenated.
Lucy?
Well, they have
Badass.
Natsu?
Oh, damn. Pole.
Happy?
It broken.
Wiggle.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Go look at that
Loki?
body.
Foot and titties.
I knew
It's
it! I
apostrophe.
knew
It's all
it.
one word. It's all one word, I say.
I knew the word
It's
titty.
Loki. It's all about the tatas, man.
Hells yeah, man. There's nothing.
He's
nothing
still
big
wearing
than-
that pink ribbon for Save the Tatas.
I got that tattooed on my shoulder.
Wow.
Alright,
It's
and
like the
about
fairy
Wendy.
tale.
Wendy.
L'Oreal, because she's worth it.
Oh my god.
Alright.
So no. I have this feeling that Loki has the Fairy Tale Guild stamp still on his body, but over it, it's still got the pink ribbon, so it's like Fairy Tale supports saving the Tatas or something.
They do.
Yeah.
Makarov approved.
With a master like Makarov and Makao, come on, seriously? You think we don't support saving the Tatas? Really?
Alright,
They have
awesome.
bumper stickers.
So, with all of that being said and done, I'm going to hand it back to Natsu.
And yeah, that's gonna be an interesting moment in history. Thinking about these fairy tale save the Tata moments. It's just gonna be wonderful and awesome and
We need
derpy and yeah, we need buttons. We totally need buttons. All right, so yeah, we're gonna move on there from there to the manga recap. So this week's chapter is chapter 283. And it has a title, I swear to God. I just don't know. Because I'm not at the page. But I love the first image with the gray and Juvia. That looks amazing.
I love it. I'm like, oh, fangasm.
Okay, so the unison rate of ice and water, can't wait to see that some more. No? So a lot more stuff talking about the National Roadshow for Fairy Tales movie, which will start on the 18th of August, and apparently really, really good news. The Volume 32 is currently a bestseller, and Volume 33, which includes a making of the movie DVD, goes on sale June 15th. So if you live in Japan, that's awesome. If you don't, well, you're fucked. So if you live in Japan, I hate you.
Me too.
Because you can get this.
I want it.
And I can't. Yeah. I am so jealous. Okay, so actually 283 is called Natsu vs. Sabretooth, which is totally appropriate. And this is the first time we've actually gotten a chance to see people other than the main crew of the people participating in the tournament from Sabretooth. We get to see more people. But there's a lot going on. Everybody's like super uber surprise face going on because Natsu just burst into the guild and is like challenging their master. And the cats are like, is this guy an idiot? Pretty much. So then we get to the master. All right, what's up with this guy's nose? First and foremost,
I think he's Usopp's grandfather.
And why does he have the guild stamp on his forehead?
Let everyone know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Weird.
He must.
I think
wondering
the
it's like
nose sort of comes from the Tengu legend thing. That's what I'm guessing.
it could be like Tien's eye.
Nose.
It might.
He's like Pinocchio.
Oh.
All right. So Natsu gets back to talking about how they're fucking unforgivable for doing what they did to Yukino, and because of last chapter, like the Yukino Natsu ships have been going like crazy apparently. So that new ship has sailed. Yeah, Wendy does not agree with this ship.
I allow people to go. I allow the ship. I don't think it should have a crew. There should not be a crew on this.
I allow the ship. She says she allows the ship, but she is aiming the cannons.
Yeah, with my crack ship for Yukino.
Which is what I think right now the big ship that should be sailing is Rogue and Yukino.
That's my ship. That's my ship.
She's like, that's totally my ship.
I love that ship.
Who, Rogue and Yukino?
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Alright, now we move on to the next page, and then Natsu's like still pissed off because he's like, how dare you say you don't know what I'm talking about? And then we've got this guy, Dobengal, who is like apparently like the ninja of Sabretooth. Like the guy looks pretty badass. Like it's like if Kakashi dressed differently in a way and didn't have like spiky hair that went up. If he didn't have scarecrow hair, that would be Kakashi. And so this guy comes out, and Natsu ducks down and dodges him, and I love how he's like, out of the way. I have no freaking use for you. It just one-shots this dude, who's supposed to be pretty damn powerful. And he just one-shots him, and everybody's like, no way! Well, probably not that. They're probably, no way.
I just noticed the ninja guy has Roman numerals on his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's weird.
There's a lot of weird shit going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Natsu starts fighting with the master, and the master's like, oh, so you're only at this level, huh? And then, surprise, surprise! Natsu jumps down and starts using his newly acquired lightning abilities and catches the master in the stomach, in the face, an elbow shot to the side, a bunch. It's almost like at that point he did a Goma Goma no Gatling, and then he knocks the guy out with a fire thunder punch of doom that sends him flying through the building where they were lodging at. Their lodging knocked them right out of it. And then we meet the newest member of Sabretooth. Her name is Minerva, and she is the daughter of the master. And I was very appreciative of the translator note right here that Minerva speaks in a highly formal, borderline archaic Japanese, which is difficult to convey in English. And I was like, okay, so that explains some of that. But so she speaks in a very, very old, kind of aristocratic Japanese dialect. So that's pretty cool.
She's really pretty.
That leads me to wonder:
She's gorgeous.
Mishima also a bit of a historian? Like, is he a history buff at the same time?
Probably, he seems
I
like it.
actually think that he said something about that in an interview. Like, he likes a lot of like older things.
She's gorgeous.
Well, I happen to know that he's definitely an Xbox 360 guy. So that seals that right there for me.
He likes Code Geass, I know that.
He likes Code Geass, he likes Gears of War, and he likes Mass Effect. So there's no problems with me and Hiro Mishima, man. Now, one of these days, I'm just gonna, before I go to Japan, I'm gonna have Loki train me up in the ways of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I shall challenge him to a children's card game.
In space, and on a motorcycle.
On a motorcycle, yes indeed. Alright, so back to the actual story. Everybody, like, the Master and Sting are, like, all surprised to see her there. And I mean, it does kind of seem like a dick move that she's like, well, I have Happy here, because she suddenly summons Happy. But at the same time, I think this was a good thing because it stopped the fighting and stopped Fairy Tail from catching the, like, major wrath of Sabretooth. This solved a lot of problems, so props to her for that. And I know a lot of people are out there like, that bitch, she's so happy! It's just, also, I think it shows a major level of difference between Fairy Tail and Sabretooth, because immediately Natsu was like, okay, fine, fuck it, I'm done. I'd rather have Happy's safety than beat the shit out of you guys any further. And, I mean, to his credit, as he's walking away and you see the damage, he's done enough damage to Sabretooth right now to kind of make up for Yukino's loss.
Basically.
And the little threat that he gives him.
And the little threat back there, that was like really, really cool. But yeah, his best line, my favorite line from this chapter so far, is like after they got done saying that they'll settle things in the Grand Magic Games, Natsu just is like, yeah, we won't lose to the likes of you guys, and you won't surpass us. And it's just the faces of the rest of the team on there. They're like, damn. I mean, I love this image on 19. If you're a guild, take care of your Nakama. That's all I have to say. I'm like, wow, when did Luffy get spiky hair and firepower?
Tell me about it.
Right? But then this is, I think, the most important part of this chapter to pay attention to. I mean, aside from the fighting and everything looking so badass, and how Natsu looks all pimp, walking away with Happy in his arms and everybody else, and you see the destruction that he's done to the building they're in. The most important moment for me with this chapter that I really want to stress is look at the difference between how Sting and Rogue are reacting to that message. That is hell of important.
Oh, yeah.
Sting is actually considering his words. So I'm going to hop on board not a ship per se, but I'm gonna hop on board the vessel headed for the Bring Rogue to Fairy Tail boat. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it happening.
I say Rogue should join Fairy Tail, and Yukino can join Mermaid Heel, unless.
Or she could join Lamia Scale.
No, she can. Her only two choices at this point are Mermaid Heel or Fairy Tail.
Well,
yeah,
sorry.
pretty much.
I think it's going to be Fairy Tail because of Natsu.
I think there's a very strong possibility that Yukino could join Mermaid Heel because, Kagura owns her life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gonna happen. I don't really see her trying to join
That'll
Fairy
be a
Tail
very
because
bitch
of her
way
giving
to do it, but
because of her giving up her keys or trying to give up her keys to Lucy. I don't think she's gonna join Fairy Tail because of that.
Well, if she does end up joining Mermaid Heel before all the bad guy stuff is supposed to go down, then she's going to be starting, then apparently it's going to be more than one guild that's going to be coming after the bad guys in Crocus. And the last thing they will really want to do is piss off Erza and Kagura at the same time. Oh, can you imagine how badass it would be if you've got Erza's most ultimate weapons, like her samurai with the wrap that gives you a full idea of how well endowed she is, and then Kagura actually pulling out her sword to stop some of the destruction going on. It's like, oh, you fucked with our guild. No. Okay, so after spitballing these ideas, what did you guys think about Chapter 3, 283? 283.
It was kind of awesome, but because so much fighting went on, it felt like it went by so fast.
Okay.
Natsu brought the house down, quite literally.
Was anybody satisfied with what Natsu did? Anybody have moments where they're like, yes, thank you, Natsu. I've been waiting for you to do this for forever.
I kind of wish.
He pretty much just proved himself that he can take on like pretty much almost the entire guild, except because what was it, Vector? Didn't he say that kind of strength put him in the top 10 of the guild?
Yeah, he said that puts Natsu within the top 10 of the guild. They were seriously underestimating him. And I'm totally going to go with the idea that Natsu's not even showing his full potential at this point. They got a glimpse. Now, Natsu isn't exactly the person that's known for holding back, but at the same time, I don't think he showed them everything. So, yeah, that's my whole thing. Anybody else got any comments about this chapter that they want to share? Like anything that kind of struck them or what?
Sting still sucks ass.
Sting looks a little worried there to me. I mean, not super worried, but he looks kind of worried. He's like, oh God, what have I gotten myself into?
Well, there's two parts to this. He could either be worried or really, really excited and couldn't wait to fight him. So I'm wondering which one it is. It's like, oh my God, there's a chance.
Throughout the entire chapter, it's just it seems more of a surprise. Oh God.
Right. Alrighty. Anybody else got an opinion on this?
I have to say about Rogue, I have a feeling Rogue's going to be changing sides pretty soon. Like, I think he's seen exactly where Sabretooth is, and he's seen where Fairy Tail is. I think he would probably be better off in Fairy Tail, but I think he's waiting to see exactly how it's going to turn out.
All right. Well, in comparison to the chapters that Hiro Mishima has put out for Fairy Tail so far, how do you think this chapter compares to some of the other stuff that he's put out there? Is this great? Is it okay? Is it just good? Or is it bad? Or is it kind of sort of? Like, where do you place it? Loki.
I would say it's pretty good. It means it's going along really well, and it should keep up that way.
Okay, Lucy.
Damn, that's good.
Happy.
Woot woot.
Wendy.
I think this is one of his better fight scene chapters.
Okay. Charle.
As far as story goes, meh. As far as fighting goes, awesome. Because it got a point across, but I wish there was a little more dialogue.
Elfman.
I think it's pretty good.
Juvia.
I don't think it was one of his best fighting chapters, because, I mean, I know when he goes into fighting, he can go badass, awesome, with the art and stuff and the detail. But it is really good, and I like the way he introduced, what's her name? The new chick.
Minerva.
The way he brought her in was pretty awesome to me.
As far as the overall arc of this particular set that we're in right now, this Magic Games arc, do you think this added to the continuity of this arc? Do you think this really helped bring the arc alive more, this chapter?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can tell there's going to be a strong rivalry between Fairy Tail and Sabretooth now, and just, they're not going to stop at any costs between the two now. It's just full throttle.
The only thing that could possibly stop them is if Raventail comes in and does something stupid.
Yeah.
Like if Raventail makes itself a target for both guilds.
Yeah.
They just need to die.
God help anybody who manages to turn Sabretooth and Fairy Tail into allies of justice. Just saying.
Oh God.
Oh God.
They're gonna be fucked. Just saying.
Yeah.
They're gonna be fucked.
Just saying. You fuck with Sabretooth, Raventail, or you fuck with Sabretooth, Fairy Tail, and if she ends up on their team, Mermaid Heel, and they all go after the Crocus people, oh, so screwed.
That's 5 Dragon Slayers. 5 Dragon Slayers. No chance.
You don't fuck with Lucy, and you don't fuck with Yukino, apparently. That's what Hiro Mishima's saying. All right. So, that is going to do it for our recap, and we are going to move on to the read-through. Natsu, Rampage of Rage. the raid of the fated opponent's fist.
Fairy tale? Natsu, son?
He came to start a fight with Master?
That's suicide.
Phil feels the same way.
Are you serious, brat?
People who take their Nakama for granted. Unforgivable.
Is he talking about Yukino? That has nothing to do with you. Would people normally come barging in over something like that?
I don't know what you're talking about, but you're acting out of your own sense of justice, huh?
You say that you don't know what I'm talking about?
Dobingal. Be a reasonable opponent for him.
Yes.
Are you running away?
It's 100 years too early for the likes of a common guild soldier like you. If you want to fight with those on top, show me that you're qualified to do so.
Fight with me!
I won't let you get near Master.
Out of the way! I have no use for you!
That strong?
Yeah.
No way. Tobin Golgot!
That kind of strength would place him within the top 10 of our guild.
What?
Master, let me.
Stay back.
Huh?
We don't have any brats like this here. Amusing. Just this level, huh?
Daien, you know! Genki Tetsu!
Minerva!
The young lady?
Have tonight's festivities extended to this vicinity as well?
Huh?
Minerva. You. Who told you to?
Of course, even if the present state of affairs were to continue, Father would surely triumph. But there is such a thing as maintaining appearances, after all. Putting aside the fact that you were the one that attacked us, if our master were to eliminate a participant in the Grand Magic Games, that would put us in a bind as well. Father got fired up in front of his subordinates, so it was clear that it was challenging for him to back down as well. How about it? Will you allow me to save some face here? If so, then I can return this kitten to you unharmed.
Happy! Damn it!
What I'm saying is, even though you did in so many of our subordinates, we'll simply overlook this incident. I'm asking you to act in a mature fashion.
It's fine, Happy. It's my fault for leaving you like that. Let's go back.
That brat has a backbone in him.
We'll settle this in the Grand Magic Games, to our heart's content.
We won't lose to the likes of you guys. And you won't surpass us. If you're a guild, take care of your Nakama. That's all I have to say.
Nakama. Bonds that don't exist in our guild. Huh. To think that you were this strong. Natsu Dragneel.
Nakama and bonds. Where will the ripples that Natsu has cast extend to? Continued in Chapter 284, Pandemonium. Alrighty, so we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Fairy Tale Podcast. We promise next week we will be returning with fan mail. We just didn't have time to really get everything going. But if you do want to send us stuff to read out next week, please send it fairytalepodcast@gmail.com. As always, let us know what you actually thought about the chapter that came out this week. And I know we stopped doing the anime recaps, but there's good reason for that. I know some people will probably miss them and be like, oh, but we wanted to hear what you think about the anime. Trust me, you will hear what we think about the anime again. Also, do not forget, #fairytale on Toonami for Twitter. Let them know what we want in our lineup, all right? I know Funimation's trying to push Penny and Stalking onto Toonami's, but I'd rather have Fairy Tale. I think it has more potential. Yes. Fairy Tale should be on Maxim's Hot 100. Just saying. It has less potential. People who watch SwordSfed will get that joke. All right, that is pretty much it for us, and we are going to do what we do best, and we are going to name this fucked up episode. So, episode 41 should be called what, Loki?
Shit just got real. Natsu style.
Lucy.
Natsu's a fucking badass!
Happy.
Giant Staff of Death.
Wendy.
Don't fuck with Natsu.
Charle.
Love your Nankama.
Elfman.
Brawl in the guild hall.
Brawl in the guild hall. I like that one. Juvia.
Daddy? Natsu, you broke it again.
Oh!
Ouch.
And I'm going with episode 41, I'm happy to kick your ass. Alrighty, so that is going to wrap it up for us, and we are going to play through all the ways that you can get a hold of us. You can now find us on iTunes and Zune by searching for Fairy Tale Podcast, or if you're watching us on YouTube, check the links below.
You can visit our website, fairytalepodcast.wordpress.com, to download the latest episodes of the podcast, plus download and see images and recipes from our segments.
You can find us on YouTube by looking at Fairy Tale Podcast. All of our episodes are posted immediately as they are finished, along with all the interviews. And remember to like and favorite the videos, as well as spread the word.
Keep up to date on when the newest episodes and chapters come out, as well as chat with other fans of the podcast and the Fairy Tale community. Discuss all your latest obsessions, share news, and chat with the crew of the podcast. Also be sure to send us your AMVs to post as well as any cosplay images you have. Help our community of fans to grow.
Keep up to date with the latest news, podcast updates, con updates, and what's going on in the world of Fairy Tale by following us on Twitter @FairyTaleCast.
And every time we get another follower, we give Happy a fish.
Nice!
And don't forget, if you want to send us fan mail, send it to fairytalepodcast@gmail.com. Alright, so we hope you enjoyed this episode. Obviously Natsu did, because there was a ballroom blitz. But didn't it feel like it was in the middle of a ballroom where all this shit was going down? It was like a giant open area. It's a ballroom. He totally destroyed a ballroom. Alrighty, so if you want to help us out in getting to all these wonderful places that we're trying to get to, all these cons and stuff, you can donate to us. Go to konohacornerpodcast.webs.com, click on that little donation button, or you can go through PayPal and type in konohacornerpodcast@gmail.com and gift us the monetary amount of your choice that we can put into Happy's little pouch. Also, while you're doing that, please don't forget the reason that we're all here, and that is the Fairy Tale series. Please help keep Hiro Mishima employed, and it's really, really easy to do that. All you have to do is purchase the anime, manga, video games, and all the incredible swag that's out there. Show your support by being a fan, because remember, nobody beats down pirates like Erza. That's going to be my new catchphrase. Yeah! I was searching for one, and I finally found one. Alright, so, yeah. My name is Natsu Dragneel, and, yeah, Fire Dragon's burp. Yeah, top that, bitches. Charle.
I'm Charle, and who said cats have to go to school?
Check the Fairy Tale OVA Part 2. Elfman. Happy.
I'm happy and over!
Juvia.
I'm Juvia.
Loki.
I'm Loki, and I'm gonna go join Mermaid Heels for a special call.
Apparently he's bringing Jiraiya. Lucy.
I'm Lucy, and Jivia, why don't you come to my bed?
You know what? I'm sailing this ship. Yeah.
Yes, hell yeah.
I am sailing this ship right now. Ooh, is she? And you haven't even touched her. That's awesome.
Oh,
So,
Lucy.
see? Totally sailing this ship right now.
I've been sailing that ship for a long time. I don't know what you're talking about.
All the way down.
Alright, Wendy.
I'm Wendy, and I hear Nightwalker's so cool she does hair commercials in Netherlands.
Okay. So that is it for us. We are signing out. From our guild to yours, peace off. Happy say Wienerfish.
Wiener! Yes!
I had to do the fish song.